That's right. I gotta go get mine on quick.
Awesome. Cool, man. So let's go ahead and get started. Give me a quick call and I'll
Ring,
give you some.
ring. Hey, ring, ring.
Hello. Yeah, this is Lewis. Can I help you?
Hey, Lewis, this is Brent Haggerty.
Hey, Brent. Where do I know you from, bud? How can I help you?
You know what, Lewis? We've never met, but I'm telling you what, I'm not a stalker, but I've been following you.
Oh, well,
You
thank you for that, I guess.
you push numbers in my industry that impress me, and that's my reason for calling you. So
Okay.
with EXP, I was looking at your numbers on the MLS, and I thought, oh my gosh, how in the world does a guy push $5 million of real estate in 1 year? So I just wanted to call and ask you, Lewis, have you ever heard of the EXP Icon program?
No, I haven't. What is that?
EXP Icon is a way that it gives you more passive income, gives you more free time, gives you more money, gives you stock options, gives you a way for early retirement, and anything that all of those things to me are big things. And I just figured, you know what, if they would appeal to you like they appeal to me, I wanted to offer to send you a video and see if they would interest you. So you've heard of EXP, but you've never heard of the Icon? Would that be fair?
Yeah, you guys have been popping up in our area recently, but I don't see too many properties with your signs on them yet. You know, if you guys are probably just kind of getting warmed up in this area.
You
So
know,
yeah, I'm familiar.
you're absolutely right. We're not only warming up, we're red hot.
Oh
How about
wow.
this, Lewis? How about this? I don't think you're with Remax, but how about this? Keller Williams has hired 2,000 agents in the last 3 years, and
Uh-huh.
EXP has hired over 50,000. Compare that, 50,000 in 3 years as compared to Keller Williams, a big name broker that's hired only a couple thousand. So
Yeah.
EXP is new. EXP stock only hit the public market in 2018.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I heard you guys are doing pretty good.
Since then, the stock has increased 9,000%. So I have a lot of confidence in my company, but really what I see is here's a guy, Lewis. He's pushing 5 million a year. If he doesn't know about the options that I'm excited about, I just wanted to call and say, hey, could I send you a video? And could we possibly watch it together? If that doesn't work because of time schedule, I'll give you a call
Yeah.
back after you watch it.
Um, yeah, just send me the video. I'll check it out. I'm always open to other opportunities.
Good. Hey, can I just ask you one more question before you go?
Yeah, go for it. What's up?
What's the next 5 years look like? You see yourself in real estate or under real estate in the next 5 years?
Yeah, I think I still have another 5 years left in me.
Do you anticipate? Shoot, I never should have gone down this road.
No, that's fine. You did good.
So in 5 years, Lewis, what would be your goal in 5 years?
Oh, you mean like what's next after 5 years?
No, in the next 5 years, what would you like to
Oh,
accomplish to set yourself?
oh,
What would be some
well,
goals that you'd like to achieve in the next 5 years?
I'd like to ramp my production up some and maybe get some real qualified equality agents on my team. You know, that's probably something I'd like to do. Work through them a little bit more and less through myself.
Well, all of those things, is your broker helping you achieve those goals?
No, I've been pretty much doing it myself.
All right. Well, the brokerage that I'm working for has programs to help you in every one of those categories that you just mentioned. It helps
Yeah.
it helps you bring agents to your organization, gives you more options with when you close a deal, they're going to give you an 80-20 split, and they're going to give you stock. When you cap out at $16,000, they're going to give you all of and in the numbers that you're pushing about 65 homes a year, right?
Hmm. Yeah, about that, 65, 70, somewhere in that ballpark.
So the Icon program, when you're an Icon at my company, you're anywhere after 28 transactions, Lewis, you're going to get all of your $16,000 cap back in stock options. You can buy stock if you want. You can sell it the next day. You're going to buy it for 10% under the market value of that day. You can sell it the next day or keep it and let it hopefully continue on a trend where it's been for the last 5 years of about 9,000% increase. Uh, There's revenue sharing, which is a lot different than profit sharing, but we can talk
Yeah.
about it another time. So I just think it's something, when I look at your numbers, Louis, I think the program is for you. And I'd love for you to look at it, because if you don't know about it, I think maybe you're leaving a lot more money on the table than you need to, and it could go into your kids' education. Do you have kids, by the way?
Yeah, I do. I have two little ones, a boy and a girl.
How old are they?
They're 7 and 9 right now.
7 and 9. So they got little league, they got t-ball and
Yeah.
dance and ballet and music lessons, right?
Yeah, some of that stuff for sure.
How many times have
Like,
you had to say, I'm sorry, I can't make it because I got a client?
you know what? I've been pretty lucky. I haven't really had that come up too much, and I always try to schedule around those activities. But yeah, there's been times where I've had to have, mom take them places when I wasn't around.
That's life. But I'm hoping, Louis, that in the next 5 years, I'm working a whole lot less and making more money. And what I've discovered is the numbers that you're pushing, you can do that. You're going to have more time, more money, less work. And
Okay.
I'll send you the video, taking more time than I intended. But if I could just send you the video, can I call you back tomorrow?
Oh yeah, that's no problem. Just send me the video. That's fine.
All right. Is there a time let me ask you this. Is there a time tomorrow that I could call when you knew I was going to call, and we could just take, it's going to take 9 minutes to watch the video. I'd like to do it together if you got time. And then we'll talk about it for 15 or 20 minutes and close it out. Would that work for you?
Sure. Give me a call around the same time as today. That's fine.
All right. I'll call you at the same time tomorrow, 9:30. We'll watch the video, talk, and no more than 30 minutes of your time tomorrow.
Wow. Okay. No problem, Brent.
Thanks, Louis. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye. Awesome. Okay. We're gonna have to tighten that up, and I think I know the solution for you. Your exit, your next appointment was good. You were confirming for the time tomorrow. The only thing you did wrong there is like it only takes 30 minutes. And to you, 30 minutes may not sound like a lot, but to them, 30 minutes could be like, holy shit, you need 30 minutes tomorrow. So I don't think you should probably say 30 minutes. I think you should say, "I'll just take a few minutes," or be real brief, or be quick. Maybe not so much explain to them they're going to be watching a video with you. It's more of, I'm going to give you a bird's eye view. And then when you get to the second appointment, you're like, look, instead of me, I know I get a little long-winded. I tend to talk a little bit too much. I have a concise video we're going to watch, you and I. It's really like 5 minutes of the 9-minute video we need to see. We're going to watch this. And then as soon as it's done, I'll just shut up and you can ask me questions and I'll answer them as quickly as possible. Kind of fair? Perfect. All right. So that's what you would do on call number 2. But on call number 1, I told you that I would like to produce more and I would like to work through my agents and see if I could get a couple better agents and work through them more. And then you went on a tangent about stock. You went on a tangent about, you know, other aspects that the company has and about all the great things. And you said so many stats, you threw so many statistics at me that I can't remember even what I said last, because it was just like you were just in like memory mode. You were like, okay, what can I say next? 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 But I remember the Brent that I've sat with many times when you were doing your pastoral work, and you would sit down and you would ask questions and you would address those issues, right? You would say, what's going on in your life, Louis, and how can I help you, with this? And then I would tell you what's going on, and you would come back and talk to me like a real human being and say, look, this is what you need to think about doing. This is what I've done. This is what other people have done. This is how, you can get to that goal quicker. This is, I can help you with that. And this is how, like, so instead of you, I know it sounds crazy because you're like, you're learning so many things about an EXP Realty, but there's no need for you to tell me everything you know about it to sound good. You just need to sound more like a caring human being and just tell me the basics and tell me the most simplified version of why you're calling and how you can help me. So if you can make it to the point where I'm ready to tell you, like, hey, listen, this is what I like about my brokerage, or this is what I don't have on my brokerage, then drop everything else and just be Brent, the human.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it?
Less is more.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Less is more. Your introduction was still a little choppy. I would like to see you give yourself a little more authority by saying, hey, this is Brent Haggerty with eXp Realty. How's it going? Good. Thanks, Brent. How can I help you? Well, the reason of my call, or the purpose of my call, is because I'm working on the expansion project for eXp Realty in the state of Florida, and you're coming up on my radar as being one of the top agents in the area. So I just wanted to call and introduce myself and see if you would be willing to have a conversation with me about giving you a better compensation package than you currently have now. Is that something that you have a few moments for? Oh, no, Brent, I'm sorry, I'm really busy. EXP is not for me. Okay, okay, no problem. That's fine. Why do you think that EXP is not a good fit for you? Oh, because EXP Realty is all about recruiting. Oh, okay. Okay, I understand that. That's a valid concern. And I have a lot of people who have felt that way. And I will tell you right now that that's not the case. But we're not here to talk about, what it's not. I want to talk to you about what it is. Are you interested in making more money working less? Yes. Can I show you how that's possible? Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Then you get into your spiel, you ask them what, but before I tell you that, can I ask you, what's the most important thing to you, your brokerage? Well, the most important thing is support. The most important thing is having technology, whatever it is, right? So you see how I opened that and I claimed authority right away? This is
Yeah.
Brent Haggerty with eXp Realty. How's it going? And they say, good, Brent, how can I help you? Well, the purpose of my call is because I'm working on the expansion for the state of Florida with eXp Realty, and you're coming up on my radar as being a top gun in my area. I wanted to call, introduce myself, and see if you're willing to have a conversation with me about getting you a better compensation package.
That's
See how
a, when I can spit that out naturally, that's a great intro. That's a great intro.
yeah, and you will. You're gonna keep practicing and practicing, and it doesn't have to be those exact words because I meditate on this stuff. I'm like, how can I say better what I just said? I actually say something better, some more simplified. So let's try that. Try calling me and see if we
Yep.
can talk like that.
Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Lewis, this is Brent Haggard at EXP. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good, Brent. How's it going, brother?
It's going great. Hey, Lewis, I've never met you, but I am working with the Florida expansion team with EXP, and I see your numbers. They are very, very impressive, and you come up on my radar screen as a guy that I wanted to reach out and see if you have already heard and are aware of the Icon program at EXP.
No, Brent, I'm not really familiar with it, but I'm very happy where I am right now at the moment. I've gotten calls like this before with plenty of other companies, EXP included, and I'm very happy where I am, I have to say.
Let me ask you, Lewis, what do you like best about your brokerage?
I know you guys ask this question a lot, so I'll tell you the same thing I tell everyone else. You guys can't beat the commission split I have.
Okay, maybe not. EXP is 80-20. Do you mind telling me what yours is?
Brent, I'm 100%. I just pay a transaction fee every time I close a deal.
Great. And after the transaction, what does the brokerage give you?
You mean aside from giving me a high commission split, what else do they give me?
Yeah, well, you said you get 100% commission split, right?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
So what else do they give you besides 100% of your commission?
That's it. That's it. I mean, what else could I ask for?
Well, that's my reason for calling, Lewis. And that's where the Icon program is something that I think is exactly for you, because you realize the numbers you're pushing, Lewis. I'm just going to estimate based on the 2.3 million that I see on your MLS numbers that you're selling somewhere around 40 to 50 homes a year. Lewis, do you realize that if you were at EXP, they would not only give you 100% commission, they would also give you stock in the company that's owned by the agents. It's an agent-owned company, and that stock has been growing at a rate from inception on the public trade, 9,000%. So you'd get 100% commission, Lewis, plus stock, and that stock will never stop giving. So when you sell your last transaction at age 65, let's say, and you say, I'm going to retire now, your brokerage is giving you nothing from then on. And if you produce, you get nothing. What I'm saying, and the reason for calling you, Lewis, was to offer you a way to improve your present and your future. a way to give you
Okay.
passive income, a way to give you an early out for retirement if you wanted it, a way to spend more time with your kids. So that was my reason for calling. And so really what I think you told me is, hey, you know what I like best about my broker is it gives me 100% commission. Well, I'm offering you a way to get a higher commission and stock. Would that interest you to find out how to do that?
Yeah, but you said you guys are an 80/20. I mean, 100% commission. So how can you possibly give me more compensation than what I'm getting now? You said that we go to 100% commission if you produce as much as us, but that puts me in the same boat I'm now. And with the stock stuff, I'm like, I'm not really a big believer in stock because I'm sure your stock, just like anyone else's, goes up and down, so that to me is not too valuable. I'd rather just have the cash.
So what I'm saying is this, the brokerage of EXP will give you a cap rate of $16,000. What's the cap rate at your company?
We don't have a cap rate because I'm on 100% commission, so I just got to pay a transaction fee.
Okay, so when you get, let's just say that you sold 50 homes. After 28th home, Lewis, you've capped out. And the brokerage gives you all of your $16,000 back. So now you're at 100% commission like you are at your present brokerage. In
Yeah.
addition to that, they give you the option, every transaction that you make, they give you the option of taking $5,000 of that and buying EXP stock at 10% under the current value. Then they give
Yeah.
you the option of selling it the next day if you want. So you may not be interested in stock, but you are interested in profit. So if you buy something at 10% undervalued today and sell it for a 10% gain tomorrow, you've made money, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
So what I'm saying is I'm just comparing money to money. Both brokerages give you 100% once you sell 28, and then they give you the potential of stock that you either keep it or you sell it, but it gives you opportunity to make more money than your current company. The video will explain a bit of that. Would you be interested in watching that video?
Brent, you know what? I've spoken to other agents from your company before. No one has really gotten into, kind of the weeds like you are. So you know what? I'll take you up on that offer and I'll watch your video. But like I said, I'm not ready to make any moves right now. So if I ever do decide to want to make a move, I'll reach out to you.
Hey, that's great. I'll send you the video. And Lewis, I can tell you in all sincerity, I spent 30 years of my life in full-time people ministry, helping people. And one of the reasons I got into real estate was, yes, I need to take care of my own wife who's got some physical challenges. But Lewis, my number one goal is to help people. And I am convinced at the bottom of my gut that what I'm offering you is going to help you. It's going to help your family. So I'll send you the video, and I'll look forward to following it up with a phone call. And I appreciate the fact if and when you are ready for a move, fair enough.
Yeah.
You're aware of the information. I just want to make you aware of it, bud.
Thank you. All right, no problem, Brian. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll let you know what I think about the video.
Buddy, look on your email. You'll find it there waiting for you. Have a great day. We'll talk tomorrow, bud.
Good. Now, that was overall a very good conversation you had. You need to be a little more confident in the beginning, but towards the middle, you were great. You said to me, what else does your broker give you? And I'm like, 100% commission. I just told you, like, but what else does he give you? You really made me think, like, holy shit, is there more? Is there really other stuff? And then you kind of really nailed it with that. So I want you to use that whenever you talk to people, especially in Florida where people with these 100% commission models that they think they're getting. And the other thing too is that at the end, when you became a human and you told me about your background and your ministry work, that got me also got my attention. But again, you over-explained something that could have been easily explained. By you telling me how the process of getting the stock works, you lost me. I knew how it works and you still lost me, even though like I was like there, but I wasn't really paying attention.
Well,
I could only imagine what happened at zero interest, huh?
Not everybody can do that.
Yeah. So what I want to get out of the skill you have. So I'm going to tell you right now, you could have said the same thing with less words and you would have got your point across. So such as this, but Brent, I got 100% commission. How could I get more commission? You mentioned you're an 80/20, but you're 100. Like, I don't really know. And the stock things, that can go up or go down. So you then went into an explanation of how the stock program works. Instead of doing that, because dude, unless I have interest, really, really have interest in your company, I don't care how the sausage is made. All I want to know is what is the after effect. So you can say, Lewis, if 100% commission turns you on, what about 200, 300, 500% commission? Does
Yeah,
that sound better than 100? Yeah, it kind of does. But is that with stock though? Because I'm not a big believer in stock. Lewis, who cares where you get it from as long as you can liquidate it? Do you know that the highest compensation packages in the world go to Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk? They're paid in stock. You don't hear them crying. you know, I
yeah,
can't afford my car. I'm the richest man in the world, but I can't afford anything. Like, it just doesn't happen.
yeah,
So I think that's kind of like the attitude we got to take with people when they, I'm not a believer in stock. Well, yeah, well, let me just tell you, some of the smartest people in this world get paid in stock.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. So again, less is more. That's probably going to be the ongoing critique for Brent. I tend to talk too much, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Harry too. Harry, he had to work on this, and Harry loves to take control of the conversation by talking over the person and only hearing Harry talk. He thinks that that's how you're supposed to sell. I don't think so. Maybe one out of 100 people, is just going to cave in that way. But to really sell and to really control the conversation is to ask the right questions and
Yeah,
be a human being, to be relatable.
yeah,
That's it. That's all you got to do. So
yeah.
we're gonna try this one more time or two more times. Just give me a second. I got to use the bathroom real quick. Okay? Give me a moment.
I can honestly relate to people who are concerned about failing the test by telling them my story, period. I've watched their
That's
whole
right.
facial expression change when I do that and tell my story, period. Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Hey man, we're back. All right, good.
Good.
So let's run it back. Remember in the beginning, I want you to be confident in what you say, because if you're not confident in what you say right in the beginning, first impressions are important. I'm gonna think, oh my God, who is this schmuck and why is he calling me? Like, that's what you think. But if you claim that phone call and you say it with authority, it's like, oh, I better listen up. This guy's important. You get it?
You got it. We're gonna try, buddy. We'll do this.
All right, we got it. So give me a call.
Ring, ring.
Hello, this is Lewis. How can I help you?
Hey, Lewis, this is Brent Haggerty with EXP. How you doing?
Pretty good, Brent. How's it going, man? Do you want to show one of my properties?
I do not want to show one of your properties today, but I've got something that I want to run by you. I'm working with the Florida expansion program at EXP. Want to give you a call because I was looking up your numbers on the MLS, and dude, you are a beast.
Oh, thank
Absolute
you.
beast. How in the world do you sell 62 homes a year?
It's not easy, man. It takes a team. It's not a one-man show here, so we've done really well the last few years.
How many years have you been doing this?
This will be my 7th year, believe it or not.
7 years. Wow. So Lewis, have you heard of EXP?
Yeah, you guys are pretty popular nowadays. I've seen a lot of agents go in that direction.
Why do you think they're going in that direction? Have you heard? Ever asked?
You know, I've been in business only 7 years, but I've seen a lot of fads, and I'm not saying your company's a fad, but you're the new kid on the block, and you know, you're the flavor of the week, I guess. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I don't think it's a fad. The fact is Keller Williams has hired 2,000 agents in the last 3 years and EXP has hired over 50,000. So I don't think it's a fad. But I was calling you today, Lewis, to see if you had heard about the EXP Icon program.
No, I'm not familiar with that. What is that about?
Well, I think that's a big part of why EXP's hired over 50,000 agents in the last 3 years. So your EXP offers you a commission rate, but then they offer you an icon program that in your particular case would apply. It means that you get all of your commission back. So you're working on a 100% split. You get 100% plus you're making more than 100% because you're going to have stock options and you're going to have things given to you that other brokerages are not offering you. Are you all right, dude?
Yeah, well, sorry, I got a whole bunch of like sticker bush stuff on my pants, but I'm listening.
I thought you're out there vomiting or something.
Yeah, no, I got a whole bunch of sticker bush things. That's what I get for being in this guy's yard, spits an abandoned house.
Water in the grass, dude. You're not supposed to do that. Can you imagine what it's like when Louis Leva, Icon agent, get picked up for indecent exposure?
That's the last thing I would want, but I couldn't hold it anymore. I drink a lot of water in the morning. That's my problem. But yeah, let me just tell you, Brent, what you guys are doing over there at EXP, something must be right, because I do see you guys, you know, getting a lot of market share, and I think, you know, I've been curious, but I'm not ready to make a move because I'm very happy where I am, man. If something would really have to be broken over here for me to even consider moving.
Well, what would it take to get to make a move, Louis?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not sure. I mean, like, what are you guys offering?
Less work, more money, and earlier retirement.
Okay, well, you got my attention. I like the way that sounds.
I mean, that's as simple as I can put it. So there's a 9-minute video. It will get us started. I would love to do. Would you have time to watch it if I push the play button now on this call? Or
yeah, I mean, listen, I got a couple of things that I'm working on, but if you're telling me it's only going to be 9 minutes, then I'll make the time. What do I got to do?
I'm going to send you a link right now. I'm going to
Okay.
stay on the call. I'll mute myself so there's no feedback, and you watch the call. And if you don't have 9 minutes, I can just ask you to fast forward it. 5 minutes, you watch it, and then we talk about it, and we see where you want to go from there. Would you be interested in doing that?
All right, let's try it.
All right, here's the link. Here's the link.
Okay.
You just watched the link, and now it's over. What'd you think of that? What stood out to you as the most impressive?
I'm a little confused. I mean, what is this whole, like, it seems almost like a pyramid. You know, you're bringing in other people. I'm not 100% sure, but that's not something that I think I'd be interested in. But, you know, that's one of the things I remember now that, you know, people have mentioned. It came to me, it almost came across as being a multi-level marketing company. Is that the case?
It's not the case at all. Multi-pyramid schemes are based on how many people you bring in. EXP is based on how much production. So one of the raps of EXP is all you guys care about is attracting agents. Do you realize that there are people in EXP that sell 2,000 homes a year? So we're a production company, but it's just that the company awards people that are producers, and you're one of them. So you would have to do nothing more than you're presently doing. You'd get 100% commission. You would get stock options on every every commission that you make. There's revenue sharing, which we can get into in another call. But Louis, you qualify. You would have to do nothing more than you're presently doing. But if you like working on the 100% commission, how would you like to work on the 200, a 300% commission?
How is that even possible, Brent? I mean, I saw the video, but they didn't explain anything about making more than 100% commission.
That video is introductory, so we can go into that, and I'd be happy to do it very briefly. Every transaction that you sell, that you make with EXP, they give the option of taking $5,000, buying stock in the company. You can buy it at 10% under value for that day and sell it the next day for the current market price, or you can hold on to it. And if you are fortunate, like the people in the last 5 years since it hit the public trade, it's gone up by 9,000%. The stock split. So a lot of people are big on stock. Are you big on stock, or you don't believe in stock?
Not necessarily. I like real estate better.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
So real estate is a form of investing, and stock is also, but the oh gosh, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
So Louis,
Don't try to defend stock because I don't like it. You're not going to change my mind on the phone. What you would say is, okay, let's make pretend that doesn't even exist. Let's just keep in mind that you have an asset out there that could be liquidated at any point. Let's just focus on what is important to you, such as, keeping more of your commission or being able to slow things down and get more money, with less work, those types of things, right? So go back.
Yeah, the question that you asked that got me off, it threw me a little bit for a loop. Oh, Brent, how is it even possible to have more than 100% commission? How can you have 200 or 300% commission? You pick that up, and now you show me how you'd answer that question.
Well, I'm very glad that you asked that question. Now, do you really want me to tell you something that should probably be more of a visual than it should be, a tell? Because if I explain it to you, I'll probably lose you from the very beginning. You're probably going to say, okay, well, show it to me then. Right?
Yep.
All right. Maybe you would say that. Maybe you say, no, just tell me. All right, whatever. So let's just role play that. I'll be Brent real quick. So you said, what was the question that did I ask to stump you?
So Louis, how in the world is it possible that I could have more than 100% commission? You said I could have 200 or 300% commission. How's that even possible?
Absolutely, because the only thing you're weighing right now is your cash value of your compensation, but you're forgetting about the other total compensation that is on the table. A lot of Fortune 500 companies pay their executives in both cash and stock. So we're offering you the same opportunity to get paid in both cash and stock. And once you value both together, that's where you're looking at 2, 3, 4, 500% commission. Do you follow? Now tell me I'm not interested in stock.
I don't really follow you a whole lot, and I'm really not that interested in stock. The minute you say stock, I get the heebie-jeebies. I don't trust the stock market.
No, I get it, brother. Did you go through a bad experience?
Well, I love history, and I realized that Wall Street, when the market crashed, that hurt a lot of people. And I see, the market goes up 4 or 5, 10,000 points, and it drops 5 or 6,000, and people get hurt in the middle there too.
Okay, so what do you invest in, Brent? Is there anything you do invest in?
I like to buy apartments, and my goal is to have 10 rental units when I retire, and just figure that I can live off the residual of that. So my goal is to have 10 units that are paid for.
Okay, and you like real estate because it doesn't go up and down in value; it only goes up.
Well, in the long term, it's gone more up than it's gone down over the last 50 years.
Okay, all right. So it does go up over the last 30 years, but it goes down sometimes as well.
Yeah, the market value goes up and down a little bit. Yep.
Okay, so I'm just curious, how is that any different from stock?
Well, I don't know. Stock market just seems a lot more volatile. If I'm in my house and I can pay my mortgage, I get to stay there. But if I have stock and I need cash, I got to sell stock at a loss.
Okay, you would sell stock at a loss. Now, you realize that you're not going to be living off of stock, right? Stock is not your primary way to feed yourself and your family. Stock is just an added bonus to you. So if you don't sell the stock when it's at a loss, you don't lose anything. You only lose when you sell. Am I correct in saying that?
Yeah, but when you say that I'm going to gain 200 or 300% commission by using
Yeah.
stock, I mean, that the possibility is the stock's going to go down. So I'm actually going to not make anything on more than 100%.
Oh, sure, no problem. So let's just say hypothetically, let's say the market does go down. How long does the market usually stay down?
Well, outside of the Great Depression, it kind of bounces back probably within at the most 90 days.
Exactly, Brent. So as long as you're conscious and knowing that the last time we've had a period of sustained downturn in the market has been the Great Depression, stock really doesn't stay down much longer than 90 days. I mean, you look at all the major events that we've had, such as the Vietnam War, the housing crash of 2008, the stock, the dot-com bubble, the 80s, like all these things, you're going to see that the stock market was really only down like less than a year. So what I wanted to explain to you, Brent, is that the agents who produce like you over the last 5 years have averaged an extra $240,000 a year from the stock alone. Now, that's a 5 year,
240,000 a
5
year,
year, yeah, that's a
240.
5 year average.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah. And what I'm telling you is that I'm not predicting the future for you, but I'm just looking back at the last 30 years, the last 5 years, and given the track record, it's safe to say that you're going to be at above 100% commission. Will you be at 2, 3, 4, 500%? Only time will tell. But I will tell you this much: the time is going to pass anyway, and you have a decision to make. Are you going to stay at a place where you currently are and have no opportunity to make more than 100%, or would you rather go somewhere where you have an opportunity to make multiples more than 100%?
I'd rather have that option to make more.
I mean, you owe it to yourself. You work hard, don't you?
I do work hard.
Well, I know if I was in your position and I was still producing, I'd want to be at a place where I know I can make the most for my efforts.
I definitely feel the same. Yeah.
Good. Well, listen, if that's the case, I want to make an introduction to someone I think it'd be a very valuable conversation. My business partner has been in the business longer than you have, and longer than I have, and they've closed a tremendous amount of business, and now they're in charge of doing the growth for this area. They're in charge of growth for well, actually, they're the vice president of growth for this area, and I want to introduce you to them and see if EXP would be a good fit for you. I'm sure you probably have some questions about how the inner workings of the company go. So how about we make some time to just do a little more due diligence? I'm not telling you to, hey, take the plunge with me. I'm just telling you to come test the water just a little more.
I think you've got my attention, Louis.
Okay, great. I'm glad I do. I'll tell you one thing, Brent, while I have you on the phone. I've been in your position before. I've been in your shoes. I know the problems and struggles that agents go through, and I know one of the most important things for most agents is spending quality time with their family, and not just working all the time and making that our priority. I'll tell you right now, if you make this move within 1 year's time, you will not recognize your quality of life. You will have so much more time back in your hands, and it's not something that you can actually understand from looking at it from the outside in. But take my word for it, I've been in your shoes before, and my life has completely changed, and many other people's lives have completely changed. And there's a lot of people I can introduce you to as well who will also claim the same. But with that being said, what looks good for you on the calendar, so that way we can maybe make the next introduction.
For what?
I'd like to introduce you to our area VP of area growth for this part of the United States. I think that person would answer a lot of your questions that you might have from now to then. And listen, hey, if you don't like the answers to the questions, no problem. It's okay. It's not going to be for everyone. And if you think it is good for you, then at least then you can ask the right question and get it from the source.
Is this going to be on a phone call or a Zoom call, or are we going to meet face to face somewhere?
Well, I don't think face to face would be a valuable way for anyone to spend their time, but it's up to you. Would you think that a phone call or a Zoom call, whatever you prefer?
Well, you mentioned that there was something that you wanted to show instead of tell. So I don't really know what you have in mind, but I'm assuming
Yeah.
a Zoom call is going to be better.
Yeah, we could do a Zoom call. And I'm sorry, I know I'm all over the place, Brett, because we've been chopping in and out of these conversations, so I didn't even know what I said last. Yeah, so let's do the Zoom call, and I'll show you some of the numbers on paper, and then we'll also have John Smith with us on the phone,
Right.
and John can answer any questions internally.
So, okay, yeah, tomorrow works for me.
Okay, good, awesome. All right, so let's do it. I'll meet with you tomorrow. How's it say about noontime? Does that work for you? 12 o'clock?
Perfect. Yeah, perfect.
Awesome, good, good, good. All right. Yeah, I don't know even know how I ended up doing the how I ended up doing the entire script or the entire call myself. I kind of got carried away. But I think the primary question was when you said, how can it be possible for an agent to make more than 100% commission, right?
That, yeah, when you said that to me, that's what threw me for a loop because when they say they're not, how is that possible? And I talk about stock and the response is, well, I'm not interested in stock. I mean, I kind of felt myself going up a rotten tree with no hole to
Yeah.
get.
Yeah. So when someone says that, how's it possible to make more than 100% commission? The reason why is because as real estate agents, we've only been limited to thinking about cash as compensation. In the real world, outside of real estate, executives at Fortune 500 companies actually get paid sometimes in just stock alone. So if you take the stock that we're going to offer you plus the compensation you're getting in cash, and you add them both together, the agents who have done that for the last 5 years are averaging an extra $240,000 a year. Does
Wow,
that sound like something you'd be interested in?
that's impressive. Yeah, that's impressive.
Good.
Yeah,
Good. Then you know what? Let's jump on a Zoom call so I can show you how those numbers really work on paper. Does that sound like a plan?
that does. Yes.
Good. All right. So then, maybe you close it a little quicker like I did there. I think maybe less is more. And like I should take my
Yeah.
own advice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's run it back one more time because I think I got like a good 6 minutes before my clients show up to this place. So let's go ahead and see if we can do one more. I'll be the agent.
I'm going to
And I'll
do
get,
I'm going to do it quick because I got an appointment too, but
yeah. And I'll hit you with the same thing again.
all right. Ring, ring.
Hello, this is Lewis. How can I help you?
Hey, Lewis, this is Brent Haggerty with EXP. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Brent. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, man. Lewis, I'm working with the Florida expansion team. I looked at your numbers on the MLS and I thought, oh my gosh, there's a beast. Lewis, your numbers are impressive, dude.
Okay.
How in the world do you push 67 homes a year? You have any time for your family, or you just like?
Well, no, actually, yeah, I try to make some time. Maybe not as much as I'd like, but yeah, we're doing it, and we have a good team behind us.
Well, you must have a great team behind you. Let me ask you this, Lewis. Are you familiar with the Icon program that EXP offers to agents that are in your production category?
No, I'm not familiar with that, Brent, and I'm very happy where I am, to be honest with you. But I'll let you go ahead and explain to me what it is.
What makes it? What are you happiest about at your place currently?
It's just they don't bother us, and we get a really high commission split here. We're at 100%. We're just paying transaction fees as we close.
Oh, so after so they give you 100%, and then what do they give you beyond the 100%?
Not much. Like I say, they just leave us alone. We take care of everything else. We just hang our license there. We feel like it's almost the best of both worlds. We get a high split, and there's no overhead.
Those are good options, but let me ask you this, Lewis. How about if they gave you, you don't have to work any harder, maybe less, but let's say no harder than you're currently doing, selling no more homes than you're currently doing, maybe less. And
Mhm.
instead of getting 100% split, how about if you get a 200 or a 300% split? Would that interest you?
Of course, but how is that even possible?
Well, it's possible in the program that I'm calling to introduce you to called the Icon program at EXP. So what it does is it allows a guy like you that's in the high production to get
Yeah.
back all of your, you're working at 100% commission, plus they give you stock options that allows you to buy stock on every transaction at 10% under market value. You can keep it and let it appreciate, hopefully over the course of time as the stock market has over the course of history. Or
Hmm.
you can sell it the next day. Since you bought it at 10% under market value of the day before, chances are it's not going to value, it's going to be at least a 10% increase. So you make
Too much.
$5 on your $5,000 and
Less
then,
is more. Don't tell me all this.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
So it's basically, Louis, it's stock options. Stock options that give
Oh,
you,
stop. Okay, so that's how you guys do it. You guys give a high commission split, plus you guys also give stock, right?
correct, correct.
Yeah. I'm not a big believer in stock, Brent. I think that stock sometimes, it doesn't really necessarily always go up.
Well, it really doesn't always go up, but do you have any other investments besides the stock market, Louis?
I got a couple of single family homes that I Airbnb.
Oh, really? Okay. Has there ever been a time in the course, how long have you had those homes?
My oldest one is about 10 years old.
Oh, so 10 years old. So in the course of time, the value of that home on the open market has gone up and down, right?
Well, in the last 10 years, it's gone straight to the moon. I haven't had any years where I've lost any equity in the property. And I like the stability of real estate, as opposed to stock.
Okay. Would you say that the housing market, housing industry is 100% stable?
At the moment, I feel it is. There's a big demand for it.
How were you in real estate in 2008?
No, I wasn't.
Well, I was, and I'll tell you what, 2008, 2009, Louis, the housing industry felt anything but stable. And the bottom had
Yeah.
fallen out, and people were losing $100,000 of value in a $500,000 home, and I was one of them. And it was a sick feeling. But historically, I would say, from my experience, being a little older than you, that the housing market has gone up and down throughout the course of history, but primarily up. The stock market has gone up and down with some volatility, but primarily up. And I think if you were to do a graph, which I don't have the capacity to do right now in front of you, but you'd probably see that both of those two investment strategies have an upward trend. Would you agree?
Yeah, of course. I mean, listen, I remember stocks going down during 2008 too, because the housing market pulled everything down with it. So I don't think there are any safe investments. And so, I mean, I guess that's safe to say.
Exactly. But if I were to tell you, and if I could introduce you face to face and let people who actually have experienced a 200 and 300% commission rate, would you be willing to listen to their story?
Yeah, but again, 200 to 300% commission rate, you're counting the stock along with it. Isn't that correct?
Stock is a part of it, yes. But let me ask you this, Louis. If somebody offered to give you $200 for your car instead of $100, as long as it was legal, would you care how they earned that money to pay you?
No, of course not.
And the bottom line is, if EXP is offering you something that could equal 200% commission as opposed to 100% commission,
Yeah,
would you be interested in taking that profit?
I would assume. I mean, that's not a bad trade-off.
Yeah, I think it's pretty simple logic, really. And Louis,
Yeah.
I would be happy if there's a guy that he's part of my business organization, and he's got a story that can, if you'd be interested, I'd like to put him on with us tomorrow and let him tell your story and have him answer that question, because I think his answer would be convincing.
Okay, no problem. I mean, we could try something like that around noon. I could do it.
Louis, I've got a video that I love to send to you. It's only 9 minutes long. You can watch it at your leisure. I'd love to have you watch it tonight. And do you think you'll have time to do that? If I call you back tomorrow, could we talk about it with my friend?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, buddy. I'll send you the link right now, and I'll give Louis a call. And what time would be best for you tomorrow?
Let's do noon. Yeah, let's do 12 o'clock.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I have a call tomorrow scheduled at noon, but if you'll promise me that you won't stand me up, I'll change that other call if you'll promise to keep that appointment.
All right. Yeah, of course.
All right, buddy. I will give you priority, and I'll see if this other person has some flexibility, because I think they already do. And I'll
Mhm.
see you at noon tomorrow on this Zoom link. And if you can, watch the video in the front of it, and I'll introduce you to my partner, Lewis.
Sounds great. Talk to you then, Brent.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Brent, that was your best call by far all day today. The only thing that I think that we did wrong today, and it's my fault, it's not yours, is the fact that we tried to defend stock by going into like the history of investments. I think what that did, as being the recipient of that information, it deterred the conversation away from EXP and into like beliefs about what assets are better. So when someone says something like, how can you make more than 100% commission? It's a compensation package. It's not just compensation from cash, it's cash and stock. Well, I'm not a big believer in stock. I said, fair enough. I understand. Most people aren't believers in stock until they start earning an extra $240,000 a year in it. And if you just choose to liquidate it, who cares where it comes from, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think
think that.
I think you're right. Well, these
Yeah,
three these calls were very helpful to me today, Lewis. And
yeah,
I am having trouble. Only again, it's the same stupid hitch that I get into, trying to get your Excel up onto my. I had it once, and
yeah. Don't worry. I'll help you with that when the time comes for us to make this call. I'll make the first round of calls with you, so that way you can feel
the
comfortable.
list. I mean, I want to start making some of these calls, and I got to
Yeah,
just go back and try to get that. You sent me names, numbers, everything I need.
yeah. Don't
And
worry. I'll get them back to you. But
I've got them. I've saved them, but they don't come up on my screen at the same time. Once they did, and then I don't know
yeah,
why I can't get them back. But don't waste your time doing that now. Don't send me anything more. I'll just tinker
yeah.
around with it because I want to start. I'm going to start with the lowest numbers. That's I don't have a whole lot to lose, and
Hmm.
I'll focus on them. But
Yeah,
you definitely lit my fire. I see the value of it, and I stated to you my 25 person goal,
yeah,
and we're going to keep going. So
yeah.
thank
We're
you.
gonna get no problem.
You're-
I'll be making calls later on today, so if you free up at some point, just let me know. I'll let you jump in here, and then maybe give you an opportunity to make them too.
I've got a client out here from Cincinnati. I don't know what they're doing. They should have called me by now, so maybe they're changing it
Okay,
based on what we did yesterday. What
no
time?
problem.
What time are you going to be doing those calls?
I'll be on and off calls all day long. So just shoot me a text, and I'll let you know what my
All
next
right.
session is gonna be.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I'll do that.
Thank you. All
Thanks.
right, bud. Take care.
Appreciate it.
Anytime. Bye bye.